match, or you want to hold on?
He said, yeah.
Well, he said, yeah, if it's him. So let's see if he says it's okay. Yes, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
For all the
Oh.
Dominicans, I want to say this. There's some Dominican players in the chat. I had a talk with PR Rog at NEC. And he told me about a time when he went to the Dominican Republic. And he told me another side of a story. Because when I went to the DR, they told me that when Rog went to DR, he got completely fucking destroyed in DR. All right, they said he couldn't win a match. He got completely destroyed over there. So Puerto Rico can't fuck with the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico's ass in the Dominican Republic. That's what they told me. Now, when I spoke to PR Rock, he told me a bit of a different story. So I'm like, look, we need to settle this. At VXG Casino Royale, we're going to take the champion, all right, the man that Dominican Republic has selected to represent them. It's a guy by the name of Wtih Focus. Wtih Focus, one of the best players in the Dominican Republic, is going up against one of the most legendary players the Caribbean has had to offer out of Puerto Rico, PR Rog, for $5,000. Winner takes all. You lose, you get nothing. You win, you take it. So, Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. This here is a match for the Caribbean. This is something for the Caribbean. DR versus PR. $5,000 on the line. And let me tell you, you guys can bet on the outcome. All right? Not 5,000 pesos. 5,000 US dollars. Let's see who's going to win this. If it's going to be Puerto Rico or is it going to be Dominican Republic to finally say which is the best of the two. All right? So,
And
you
which game
guys,
is this in?
this is going to be Street Fighter 4.
Street Fighter 4. All right.
Yep. So get ready that. Wtih Focus, I don't know, man. I don't want to say who my money is on, but I honestly think that's a 50-50. I really think so. I've seen Wtih Focus play. I mean, Wtih Focus was one of the few Dominican players that didn't get to make it to VXG last year. And even with him not being there, him being the best, the Dominican Republic scraped everyone. Triforce can tell you how the Dominican Republic basically bounced on everybody here at VXG, including Mike Ross, Gutex.
Cheap ass Fei Long playing mother.
Don't make no excuses, man. Fei Long or not. Actually, Wtih Focus is a Akuma. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think Rock told me that he was going to play PR Raw. He was going to play like his original PR Raw. He's going to bring Balrog for that Akuma. So let's actually see what's going to happen here. All right, so we're going to announce some more of these matches, guys. Put your money aside. Make sure you can have some bets. This is all for entertainment purposes, guys. We don't expect you to make a living. You know, don't bet your food money in the casino, please. That's why we're putting a limit on it. You know, take it easy with what you bet. And good luck to everyone here. This is going to be the most epic match, I think, in the Caribbean's history. Shout outs to everyone in Dominican Republic. My boy Lone Daniel is in the building. But, of course, shout-outs to everyone in Puerto Rico as well. I think the Caribbean has been waiting for this a long time. We've been waiting to see which island is the best in the Caribbean, and I think we're going to find out July the 25th. Yep.
Well, just to reiterate a little thing on what Rolando said, you're going to want to save your money and try not to OD on any one bet, because the PR versus DR is only one of the many different matches that's going on for the night. Before you move on to your next thing, or we get away from the entire VXG event, for those who aren't 18, because there will be some people who will be coming here who are underage and they won't be able to go out to parties or be able to get into Casino Royale. That maybe just want to focus on just playing their video games or doing their matches. The game room for VXG will be open 24 hours a day. The game room doesn't actually close. The tournament has a certain schedule per day, but when the tournament ends at a certain time on that day, the game room will be available for anyone to play casuals, train, or do their own private grudge matches or whatever the case may be, 24/7. So I just want to put that out there so everyone knows, the games will still be out there. So no one has to go looking for rooms to see who has a setup in their room or a TV that may not be working or whatever. If you want, you can stay in the game room and play until you burn out.
All right, I'm back.
All right,
Sorry,
we
guys.
got some more questions here.
Just want to reiterate one more time. I know a lot of people know. Paul Bearer as Pringle. His real name is Bill Moody, ironically, like I am. But he actually was. I wouldn't say a close. We didn't talk every day. But when I was working at Acclaim back in the day, doing all those WWE games, we did get close, and I haven't heard the exact. I mean, I sent my condolences to his son and to his daughter. It does kind of. I'll admit, this is my little sad moment. 58 years old. They told me.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's young, dude. I mean, in my eyes, look, I'm 40 some odd years old, and I'm 10 years from that. That's why I'm kind of glad, and I appreciate the people in the FGC like DJ El Toro that like put this whole get me to quit smoking thing together. And I know I said I was going to stop drinking, but you know what? You only live once. Live with no regret. But Bill Moody is actually what I considered a friend in the WWE business, and my condolences to him and his family. And I hope everybody remembers the good moments that he brought and the entertaining moments that he brought to people that have actually sat and spent the last 20 years of their life watching wrestling as the Undertaker unfolded, as Mr. Pringle,
Kane,
as he called himself, took over what's his name, Brother Love, and took the Undertaker from him. So with that, shout outs to Bill Moody.
All right. I got a couple questions that I think need to get out there about the VXG event. One question is what we discussed before: the current rate for the event, the venue fee, and the cost for each game.
Very, very good question. I was just going to address that because people are asking about the affordability of it. VXG, being that we're tourism professionals in this, and we have decided to actually package the event. This is, I think, something no one has ever done before as well. When you go to a tournament, you have to figure out how you're getting from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel, if you want to go to a party, how do you get there? Well, VXG includes that in your registration fee. So you don't have to worry about taking a taxi to go to any of our parties. You don't have to think about when you arrive at the airport, you don't even have to think about how you get to the hotel. There will be customer service people, not shuttles. These will be individuals that will take your bags and give you the whole vacation experience. They are going to bring you to it. You're going to get a nice ice cold coconut while you wait for the bus to pull up. You get in there. They'll take you to your check-in. While you're checking in, they will have your bags go to your room. The entire process is completely streamlined. This is a service industry. We are going to completely take care of you guys, and that is included in your registration fee. It's not a mega bus. It's more like a little van that's going to take you from the airport. It's like
the special bus for special people.
Yeah, like one of those. It's just a nice little van that's going to take you about a 10-minute drive, or not even, like a 5-minute drive from the airport to the hotel. So that is included in your registration fee. You get breakfast included. We've actually packaged the breakfast as well. So the hotel breakfast, which is a buffet. Triforce, you had the breakfast at the hotel last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Remember how godlike that was? It was like 45 different items that you can choose from at breakfast.
That you can choose, or if you want your omelet, they cook your omelet literally 3 feet in front of you.
Yep, you can get
as you want it.
You can get a fresh omelet right there, included in your registration fee. All of that, salad, fruits, everything.
Yo, it's and the fruit juices is actually made from real fruit, like the actual fruit that you pick from a tree, not some shit that comes in a can or a box. Yeah. But I'm not gonna go any further than that.
These are our fresh fruits right there. So it includes breakfast, island transportation, admittance to all parties. Now, mind you, these parties are for the locals are being charged $20 a night. You're getting access to 5 different parties. You can choose whether you go to them or not. But if you choose to go all, you get $100 worth of this. So all the party venues at night, which includes the transportation to those party venues and back to the hotel, is completely included. You get an automatic entry into a Mad Catz raffle. So you get a raffle ticket. You don't have to buy a raffle ticket. You get a raffle ticket included in your package. You also get an official VXG magazine with news coupons, so that you can use those to get some different discounts on stuff you want to purchase here. All of that included in it.
Rolando, you want to tell them about the plane, or you want them to just leave that as a surprise? All right, we'll leave that as a surprise.
Just look for a surprise when you enter the flight coming to St. Martin. You will actually find a nice, interesting surprise when you sit down. That's all I can say for now.
Yo, it's gonna be OD. Never done before in the history of competitive gaming. Yo, esports has to step their level up to VXG. Real talk.
So, all right. So once again, $120. It seems like a steep fee, but guys, you're getting breakfast. You're getting all your transportation on the island. You're getting access to all the parties. You're getting a Mad Catz raffle ticket. And I mean, let's say it's 300 people that come. That means you have a 1 in 300 chance for free, and you can still buy. You can still participate in other raffles. So off the bat, you get some great raffles. Someone's asking, when is VXG? July the 24th, 25th to the 28th. All right. So you should travel here at least by the 24th, and you could leave by the 29th. If people want to stay longer, if you want to come here and stay longer, email us. We can put together packages that allow you to stay longer at the same or even a cheaper hotel rate. So definitely, if you guys want to stay, email us at info@thevideoxgames.com. One more thing that I would add in terms of that, we're going to add to the registration page a couples package. A lot of gamers have been telling me they're coming here with their girlfriends. I think that's a great idea. This is the one tournament you can take your girlfriend to, and she will ask you to go there every year. Because your girl can go to the beach, she can go shopping, she can go snorkeling, she can go get a massage, she can, do whatever while you're just enjoying your video games, all right? So anyone that coming as couples, you're most welcome to come and enjoy VXG together. And let me tell you, we're putting together a great couples package. The couples package will be a registration fee for one of the persons. The other person will get a spectator badge, but you will also get a couples massage. So you guys can go together, have a nice little romantic massage at the spa, and it also includes a couple's dinner. So you guys will actually take her out to dinner, so you can give her a little attention. This is something that you get the coupon, and you can actually set your set it up right there. So guys, again, if you're coming with a girl, or ladies, if you're coming with a guy, get the couples package, get yourself a massage, a dinner for 2, and entry to the entire event together, and enjoy this as a vacation for a couple. Like I said, this is the tournament to take your girl, guys, definitely.
Can I put a disclaimer out there?
Sure.
If your girl is bringing you to VXG, kill yourself.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, man. No. There's some girls that play video games and their guys don't. Or they might... Nah, man. Even that's the case, the guy still got to bring the girl.
Now, what if they both decide that they're both going to be playing?
If they're both playing, then there's just going to be a slight extra fee in order to get it out there. So to get it up that you can get in, it's going to be slightly more. I can't see the exact price yet, but I believe it's about $220 for the couples fee, which actually makes it less than if you were to just pay 2 registration fees.
2 individuals, exactly.
Yes. All right, so it actually works out as a great discount, and you're getting a free dinner and a couples massage included.
So everybody in the FGC better start coupling up. So all you guys
Now,
out
do you
there,
have-
all you guys out there, better start becoming couples if you want to get the little bit of a better of a package.
Yeah, it would be very odd to see you guys sitting next to each other getting a couples massage.
Yo,
That will confuse the hell-
Revolver, are you taking? Actually,
Oh,
no. You know
shit.
what? Ricky Ortiz. Ricky Ortiz. I want Ricky. Ricky, I am taking you. I'm not asking you. I'm taking you. Nah, I'm just fucking
listen,
around.
Don't discriminate. Listen, if there's any gay couples that want to do it, I'm not gonna be against it. You guys can feel free to go ahead and do your thing and have the couples massage as a couple. That's really how it is.
You know, I
Now,
mean, look.
Do you have wait, James? Do you happen to have the rates for the hotels? Do you have package rates for the hotels yet?
There is a very simple link. Everyone knows bit.ly, bit.ly. We created a link where you can get straight to the promo code. It's bit.ly/VXG hotel, all small letters. All right, or you can just put the promo code in, and I actually let's see, bit.ly/. Okay, you go to VXG hotel. Bit.ly/VXG hotel. It takes you straight to the booking page of the hotel. If you book your hotel, and this is a promise, this is a guarantee, your credit card will not be charged until you come to the event. If you cancel up to, I think, 15 days before, you will still not be charged. And at most, at a cancellation, they will only charge you one night. If it's, say, like an emergency the day before you cancel, okay, they will only charge you for one night. So this is a very safe bet. Go and book. Even if you're thinking about coming to VXG, book your hotel room, because they won't block your card, they won't charge your card or anything, but it at least secures the room. These rooms are going.
Can you post a link? Everybody's asking for a link.
Okay, hold up. All right, so
And they're asking if you can pay with PayPal.
yeah, no, can't. You
That was
actually,
a troll question there, man. Come on, you see the troll face?
No, because the way I'm thinking, I have a PayPal card. So I have a debit card, which is by PayPal. So I'm thinking that.
Yeah, there is a PayPal. There is a version of PayPal that works as a credit card that you can pay with, that I'm sure you guys would accept, because MasterCard, Visa, the whole spiel.
Exactly.
I believe it's a Visa. I believe the PayPal credit card is by Visa.
oh, you mean the actual PayPal card? That
Yes.
would
Yeah,
work.
the card I use. Rolando,
Yes,
the one I showed you.
yes, that's right. The PayPal card will work. The PayPal card will work as long as you have a credit card, like what I think it's like a 16-digit number. You put that number in and all of that stuff. It will work. Yes, you can't actually make a transfer by PayPal though. That would not work.
Oh, they talking about that? Nah, why they?
If that's what they're talking about, that's
right.
what they're.
Now,
So,
my next question. Well, you got more to add to that?
no. Well, there is one other thing. There's also a VXG all-inclusive. I don't really recommend this personally, simply because all you get for the all-inclusive is lunch and dinner included, and I think you should actually go out and eat our local food. You know, go out and get some local food. There's a lot of restaurants right around the area. I wouldn't say someone should take the all-inclusive. However, the all-inclusive does include alcoholic drinks. So for those of you that want to be able to drink at the bar all day, okay, maybe all-inclusive is for you. So I'll just put the link in here, VXG all-inclusive.
Who's taking
All right, go ahead.
bets? Who's taking bets that by the time I get to VXG, I'll be smoking and drinking like a chimney again?
All right, so
Okay,
that's the link for if you want a.
Okay, I got that up there now. Wait, no. Okay, all right. Okay, I got that. Now, my next question is, do you have the entire event schedule to announce?
Sorry, say that. What was the next question?
Do you have the entire event schedule to announce?
Okay. Friday, the event itself begins. This is a 3-day tournament. Friday, we will start teams in the morning. The event starts at 9 a.m. Check-in is at 9 a.m. Tournament starts at 10. We will do teams tournament on Friday. Its schedule itself is pretty long, so I can't really go into it completely. But what I would say is, soon this week on the site, the schedule will be up. So we'll be able to put that out there. But Friday is teams and some singles tournaments will start. Saturday the tournament continues with singles tournaments. We are planning to put Marvel on one day and Street Fighter on the other day. In other words, Friday, if Street Fighter is on Friday, Street Fighter singles on Friday, Saturday will be Marvel singles, because we want to separate the two games so that, you know, it's not confusion where you're at one station and then the next station's calling you because you're playing Street Fighter and Marvel at the same time. So we're actually going to put those two games on separate days. Fighting Games will have its own room. It's a 22,000 square feet room hall. That's all for fighting games. It's going to be designed really nice. I think it's going to have a nice tropical flavor, a nice esports flavor. It's going to be different. That's all I can tell you. And the way the room will be designed, we're going to have screens all over. So instead of wondering where you are in the bracket, there are going to be TV screens that are going to show the brackets digitally, kind of like what they do at MLG. We're also going to have projectors on the higher end of the wall that if there's someone's being called for a pool, their names are going to be put up on the wall. Rolando, just make sure you line up my... Oh, and at the parties, there will be casual gaming stations, and the parties will be streamed. So people can actually get to see the actual streams, the actual parties as well online, if you unfortunately don't get to make it to the event. And if you're at the parties and you don't want to really dance or anything like that, you're cool with the music, there are going to be setups there. You guys can play there. What kind of monitors? 100% Asus 236H. So we have the lag-free monitors are all 100% in there. Can I talk airfare? Airfares from the East Coast range between $400 and $500. Okay. However, these prices will go up if you guys don't book soon. We are hoping that by mid-April, we're going to have a promo code out from JetBlue, which we're busy developing a partnership with. JetBlue flies out of Boston, direct to St. Martin, out of JFK, direct to St. Martin, and out of LA via JFK. I recommend everyone, if you're coming to VXG, you can go with JetBlue. Please fly JetBlue. This is going to be the first airline that is going to be supporting esports. We need to make a good impression, all right? And that's why I told you there's going to be a surprise on the plane when you get on JetBlue to St. Martin. There's going to be a really, really fun surprise for you there. So I encourage people, go to jetblue.com, check it out, and book your flights there. And then okay, if it's just $50 more to fly with JetBlue, I would say fuck it, fly with JetBlue because
just take JetBlue. Trust us when we say this.
JetBlue is a godlike airline. They're the best. Even when I fly to tournaments, I always fly JetBlue. Whenever I go to JFK, so guys, you definitely should check out JetBlue. They are going to be supporting the scene, and if this goes well, I'm going to be able to have them continue to support your scene locally with the casual flights. That what we're trying to do is get JetBlue to realize that they have a position to be the gamers airline. All right. So, that you guys can actually choose JetBlue for your flights and get a discount as a game. That's something set up, and VXG is going to be the first tournament to have that.
And the person who posted in the stream chat is the surprise only on JetBlue. Yes, the surprise is only on JetBlue.
Yes, only if you are on a JetBlue flight coming to St. Martin or leaving St. Martin, you will find a very cool surprise for gamers. As soon as you sit down, you'll see it. All right, so
it'll be right in front of you.
Yes,
we're all getting Wii U's.
Don't worry.
Let's not ask any questions.
All right.
Let's not ask any questions.
All right, James.
Hector Sanchez from Neverrounds asked, "What about Injustice?" I think he missed that part, so you could clear that up again.
Yes, Hector Injustice is 150% in. We are very proud to have the game in here at VXG, as well as Mortal Kombat 9. So shout outs to Hector Sanchez for doing such a good job putting that game together. We are very pleased that you guys are getting the game out in time for us to be able to have part of VXG. So it's most definitely in. And we're looking forward to having that tournament here. I think Evo doesn't have it in. I honestly personally feel that they're going to put it in now. That's just my personal opinion, but we'll wait to see what happens with Evo. But I'm betting that Injustice is going to be there. But regardless of that, Injustice is at VXG, no doubt.
All right, now the cost to enter each game.
$10. So
every game $10.
Every game is just $10. We're not gonna do anything more than $10.
All right. Now, do you have anything else you want to add more to this before we take questions from everybody who's been sending them?
No, just go ahead with the questions. I think we're pretty much good. The only other thing I was gonna talk about was VXG Elite, but we can get to that in a second.
All right. Let's see a question here. Where do people sign up to pre-register for the events?
Okay, if you go to thevideoxgames.com, that's www.thevideoxgames.com. You will go to our homepage. On the top right, you'll see a nice button right there that says registration. You click that, and it's a very straightforward page. Shoutouts to, that's something else I have to talk about. Shoutouts to Chris Gallion of Seasons Beatings, the organizer of Seasons Beatings, who helped us develop the page. He is one of the American player tournament organizers who is going to be helping us run the tournament. I understand that there will be some concerns of people wondering, okay, VXG, we are a bunch of coconut peeling monkeys over here, so we don't know how to run a tournament. But yes, we do know how to run a tournament, and just to make sure that everything goes well, we're actually going to have Chris Gallion helping us run the tournaments, and we also are talking to Focus Fire. They have done a great job at other tournaments as well, so we definitely want to have a good, solid group of people advising us and assisting us to make sure everything goes perfectly.
All right. Next question. Do you have the streamers announced on who's going to be doing it? Besides, I know Wtih is one, but is there any other streamers?
Okay, there's at least one other streamer that I can announce. It's none other than 8-Way Run, a.k.a. people know him as Jaxel, the guy that does 8 on the break in New Jersey. He will be streaming alongside Wtih at VXG. All right, so definitely, guys, the event will be streamed. I know it's not your typical, level up or Team Spooky, but I'm asking the community, please give it a chance. Relax. These guys are going to do a great job streaming the tournament, all right? Spooky is actually going to be at VXG, but I wanted Spooky to have a vacation. I don't want to... Guys, I mean, Spooky works so goddamn hard. The guy deserves a break, all right? And Spooky's going to be here hanging out, having fun, and having drinks, and just you'll finally actually just be able to hang out with Spooky at a tournament instead of just seeing him kind of behind the scenes. So we're really happy that Spooky's going to be here hanging out with us, and enjoying the tournament as a spectator. Hey, maybe even as a contestant. I mean, somebody might actually get to play Spooky in a tournament now. So that's going to be very interesting to have Spooky on the beach, but not as a streamer, but as a player, as a spectator, as a friend of the community. We have offered Spooky a great vacation because I think he definitely deserves it. Will Twitch, front page VXG, they did last year. I know that's at their discretion. I know they did last year. We were very happy about that. I am pretty sure they're going to front page it again. We're actually going to meet with Twitch TV in May. We're going to take a trip over to San Diego and meet the guys over there and talk about what we can do to make VXG even better on Twitch.
All right. My next question is, will Triforce reconsider and send Super Kawaii Desu to the beach?
Oh boy. Yo,
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
We went over this like the other day. Like, guys, stop asking me if I'm sending people to the beach. Like, no, I'm not sending you guys to the beach. I'm sorry, the money's all burnt up already. You guys, money doesn't grow on trees. Coconuts grow on trees over here. The money's just not there. Like, come on, man, this is crazy. Like how do you expect the tournament to be this godlike with all of this great stuff for the community if everyone in the community is asking me to fly them there? Then what are we gonna use? Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Next question, please.
All right. Will there be an official press release? Yes, that was announced already.
Yes, there'll be a press release. It's going to be on putthatback.org. Please check them out there right after the show. It's going to be right up over there, so you guys should definitely check that out. Also, tomorrow we're going to send it out to all of the rest of the media. We're going to get it to event hubs. We're going to send it to SP. I hope they post it. I think it's relevant information that the entire fighting game scene should know. So we're expecting it to be on SRK tomorrow as well, event hubs. And if anyone else wants a copy of the press release, wants to get all this information to be able to publicize or even to peruse and get it online, by all means, send us an email to info@thevideoxgames.com and we'll send you a copy of our press release.
All right. Next question is: since VXG is not all fighting games, are any big name Halo any big name Halo 4 players going to be there?
We're not sure as yet. A few of them have gotten back to us, but I don't want to announce any names until they actually book their hotel rooms or register. Then we'll be able to announce that. I can tell you the Halo community is completely aware of VXG, not as much as the fighting game community, but what I can tell you is that we have focused a lot on the fighting game community because we think it's an underdeveloped market. We think it's a market that deserves a lot of attention and a lot of the investment that we've been putting into it. I think a lot of things have gone a bit unfairly across the fighting game community, and it's something that me as a passion I wanted to change, which is why a lot of our attention is on the fighting game scene. So definitely there will be some players. I mean, it's a decent prize, it's a nice trip, so there will be some decent players coming out for Halo. And no, Halo is most definitely not dead, not with MLG putting that money at it.
All right. My next question is: do you see VXG being long term, or will this burn out, or will this be a quick burnout? Loads of money being dropped, but I see little returns.
That's a very good question. A question I've been getting a lot lately, as people don't understand the nature of business here. It's again because of the underdeveloped nature of the fighting game community. People don't understand why this works. The St. Martin Tourist Board spends millions, and I mean millions of dollars. We're talking over $40 million a year advertising the island. Why? Because as I explained earlier, everything our economy is built on people visiting the island. When people come here, they stay at a hotel, they spend money. That is what causes people to do it. Now, what I did is I told the tourist board, hey, can we get, I'm just going to call a figure as an example, just 1% of what you normally spend, put that towards a video game tournament, and I will show you the hundreds of thousands of people who will find out about St. Martin that never did before. It is already a success, because even the person that asked that question, they contributed towards what we're doing. Because just that tweet alone, I can now present that to the tourist board as yet another person that knows about St. Martin that did it before. And 5 or 6 years from now, if he's choosing to go to a Caribbean destination, take a wild guess where this person is probably going to go to. He's going to go to the island that he's heard about the most, which is St. Martin. That is the point. VXG is a great marketing tool for everybody here to learn about our island. And it's not just about VXG. It's greater than VXG. That's what makes it sustainable. The fact that we are able to reach to so many people with the qualifiers and the stream and your word of mouth and the Twitter and everything that we're doing right here is what makes it automatically sustainable. I can tell you 2014 and 2015 budgets for VXG have already been approved. So if it's going to be there long term, well, the confidence of the St. Martin government has not changed. So I can tell you that it's going to be here for a long time, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger every single year.
When you look at it, its first tournament started at $14,000, and the second year it went up ×6. It's at 85,000, going on to 100 grand. Best believe next year is going to be OD. Next year, in fact, after 2013, the entire standard of the FGC will be completely obliterated. It has to change. If you're still doing anything in 2013, in 2014, you should just kill yourself. I'm just running with that tonight, just killing yourself type thing. Like, because after what VXG is done with in 2014, if you're not meeting that standard or better, like I said, just kill yourself.
So again, they're asking about the long nature of the event. St. Martin as a destination is growing. You will never. Tourism is it's the largest industry in the world. It's not going to just disappear. As long as our island depends on tourism, VXG is absolutely necessary. I'm going to give you an example. This weekend, we just went to an event called the Heineken Regatta. I showed Triforce this because even he might not have, even though he's been on the island for a while, he hasn't actually fully understood the nature of the tourism industry till last night when we saw the government of St. Martin invest millions of dollars in a boat race. Now, a boat race? Who's going to put that kind of money on a boat race? It's very simple. The boat race attracts over 2,000 people to the island, and it attracts many people to learn about the island in a different way. It's a niche, you call it a niche target group. And because that, the island looks for different niche target groups that it can attract, that rather than just the mass, the general masses that watch CNN or so on, you try to find niche people that are focused on one subject. In the case of the Heineken Regatta, being one of the best boat races in the world, it attracts a group of people that sail boats. Okay, that's what they do. There's a large number of people that do that. But I tell you what, there are more people in this world playing video games competitively than sailing boats competitively. So it was a no-brainer for the St. Martin Tourist Board to support this, simply because they know they have the resources, they know it will attract a large number of people to the island, and they know it brings a lot of attention. So VXG is not going anywhere. VXG is a staple of the St. Martin calendar. Just like we have Carnival, we have jazz festivals, we have the Heineken Regatta, VXG is yet another event that is part of that. All right?
But something they should keep in mind now, the amount of money spent on the Heineken Regatta versus what VXG is getting, right, cannot even be compared.
And we're getting the bucket.
Tell me about tell me about the listen, Triforce. Tell me about the Heineken Regatta, just so other people know what goes on the island beyond just gaming.
So, all right, when I was at the regatta the other night, so where we were completely like blocked in traffic because it's just nothing but girls all drinking, walking in the street. Like, it was actually kind of annoying. It was great on the ice, but like people need to like get out of the way and stop just standing around. The beach, there's a beach called Kimsha, right?
Yep, Kimsha Beach.
And the stage they built for the beach was OD. And they had these Captain Morgan chicks. I don't know if anyone know about the alcohol Captain, the whatever, because I don't drink, so I don't know what to call these things. But the alcohol Captain Morgan, they had this guy who looks like Captain Morgan. They must have paid this guy like 20 grand because he was a living Captain Morgan. I was like, yo, he looks like the fictional character. And they had all these girls there. They were throwing swag into the crowd as if it was litter. And I'm not trying to disrespect the fighting game community. Do not take it this way when I say it. But you know, like when you go to the community fighting game tournaments and they throw T-shirts and little swag inside the crowd and stuff, but there's a finite amount. So they got to kind of like every finals that happens, they come on stage and make a little announcement. They'll throw about 20 prizes into the crowd. Whoever catches it, that's what happens. This Heineken group of girls went on stage, and we were sitting there, and for 45 minutes they kept throwing shit into the crowd, and I'm like, yo, when these guys gonna run out of stuff? And when the first 6 boxes were done, they were still loading more shit on the stage to throw into the crowd, and I'm like, this is kind of like backwards. Like, why didn't they just leave the box in the front of the place and you could just come and just dig and take what you want? But I guess that's how they be balling. You know, that's what they do. But you have the boats that sail around the island. I actually took a picture and put it on my private Facebook wall and whatnot. And in the morning, this was a Saturday morning, I got up and Rolando was like, Triforce, you need to come out and take a look at this. And I watched hundreds of boats, hundreds. I am not exaggerating. Hundreds of boats sailing around the island. They must have spent millions of dollars on this. Guess what year the Heineken Regatta is in? its 33rd year. Now, if they can burn millions, and I mean millions, for 33 years, no one can be questioning whether VXG is sustainable when it's only on year 2 at 85 grand. When we can get to like year 25, I guess that question may be a little bit more valid.
Yes, that's basically. I kind of like, and you know what I find is a bit unfair is that why don't people ask other tournaments these questions about their finances? Now I'll tell you this: I challenge any tournament organizer. I will completely open our books. I will show you our budgets, our expenses, our incomes, everything, and I will put it out there on Google Documents. If every other tournament organizer does the same.
Nah, I don't think that's a good idea because then you'll kill the entire American fighting game scene.
Yeah, that unfortunately, I agree with Triforce on that. That if people got to start opening their books, you're gonna see the shady shit that does go on, and I would much prefer not to put them on blast. But you know what? I don't want you to fail. I just want you to make sure you sustain. And you get a lot of these people out there that claim they make nothing. I do it just for the community.
I don't even worry too much about that. I'm not saying tournament organizers need to do that. I'm just saying people are a bit unfair in the community. Let me tell you, if I was not a patient person, an understanding person, and if it was not for Triforce who told me relax, this is normal stuff. This is simple. This things happen. There are trolls out there. I would have given up on this community, packed my bags, and just gone to esports. And there would be no VXG. There would be no qualifiers. There would be no great prizes. There would be no beach.
Man, let's just go to Mike's Sundance to just say, Sundance, listen, I got to make sure my island is properly represented. Here, boom. And then MLG does their work. And they just put together their numbers and their package prizes like they do with the games that's gonna guarantee to work with zero failure. Yeah. League of Legends and StarCraft and Rolando can call it a clean check in the bank, and he can go buy his 3rd fucking BMW.
Stop that. I'll tell him about that. But yeah, no, and I get all these questions, and I just think it's a bit unfair. We're trying to do something to set a new standard. We're not, I stated over and over, we're not here to compete with Evo, because at the moment we cannot compete with Evo. If every single person that goes to Evo decides to come to VXG, we will say, no, that is not possible. Our venue is not big enough. We do not have enough buses. We do not have enough staff. We do not have enough consoles. All of that stuff. Guys, we are not trying to kill what you guys have. If anything, we are trying to contribute to it. Hector making a good point. People are questioning because it's the Caribbean. The Caribbean, we're very open about the fact that this is a tourism venture. You know what I mean? And he's being real talk. I think that's what really it is. Because we're Caribbean people, there's a certain stigma out there about what we do. We are the most of every country and region in the world. The Caribbean is the most dependent on tourism. We value what you guys do as streamers and gamers more than anyone, because we clamor for that exposure more than any other industry in the world.
Nah, man. We need our coconuts and bananas. That's all we know.
Yeah, and I say that sarcastically, but people make jokes. People make jokes about those things. Why doesn't, man, Hector, I want to hug you right now, man. He's reading my mind. Like, as I'm saying these things, Hector's actually typing it. But, it's really true. Like, why is it all, why so much hate for VXG? And I gotta say, don't exaggerate, not so much hate. Overwhelmingly, I would say by my estimates, and I'm always on Twitter monitoring things, I gotta say, most of the people, when I look at it, are positive towards VXG. But you always have these little cells, and it's so fake and so try-hard. Like, let me try. I need to try. Oh God, I need to come up with something. How can I shut down VXG?
What's the most ironic part though, Rolando? Most of your haters come from the West Coast.
Oh, interesting, huh? I don't know,
That is
man.
interesting.
We supported we
I can
support
tell you
Alex
this.
Valle,
I can tell you this.
we do support the West Coast, we support the East Coast, North, South. We were very fair about everything we did. We did just as many qualifiers in the West as we have done in the East. You know, we brought Cross Counter back to the air, which is a West Coast show. If it was not for VXG, Cross Counter would not exist anymore. You know, and we spoke to Wtih. Wtih came to VXG, did so much for us, and we gave him a great deal to get him back on the air. You know, we do all these things. Like, how are we hurting the scene? People, we're not here to do anything to hurt your scene. We want to offer you a different experience. That's all it is, you know. And it's really the people on the West Coast that have supported it that really kept me going. You know, Valle has been an amazing guy, you know, so much great advice. He helped me through a very complicated issue that we had with some people in the West Coast. He got me through those issues. You know, Gutex, Mike Ross, Combo Fiend, all these guys that advise me and help us guiding. But then you have these few people over there that are like trying to take shots at VXG and, oh, well, VXG shady. What the hell is shady? Like, explain shady.
You are the new guy on the block, and that's the problem. And they don't know what to make of you. Therefore, they're gonna fabricate and do whatever they can until they can figure out who you are. They're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's the Caribbean. It's cocaine infested, prostitution, AIDS, coconuts, and a bunch of fucking people that don't give a shit that are out to just make money and stay on their island." You, in my opinion, and I've spoken to you over a year now about this.
James, he's the wait. Yeah, I'm the black Triforce. You're the white Triforce.
Oh yeah, well, I'm
so
the
he's
Triforce,
he's the yellow Triforce. Oh,
the brown Triforce.
Okay, there we go. All right, there you go.
Yeah. Alex asks a good point, and you know, Alex Valle, you know, he said, you know, who on the West Coast is talking trash about VXG that even matters? Actually, I stand corrected. That's a very good point. None of these people actually really matter. That is true. You know, these are just a bunch of trolls on Twitter. I'm just trying to note that there are some people that come with these arguments, and I just think it's a bit unfair to our organization. Else we would have just, like, if I was lazy, guys, and I really wanted to get exposure, I would have gone to Riot Games, be like, hey, we want exposure for our island, so we want to sponsor a League of Legends tournament, $1 million, and we get 500,000 views concurrent. But we don't want to do that, you know. I, as a fighting game player, chose to say, no, this is an undeveloped scene. Let's see if we can do something else to try and help it grow. And in exchange for helping it grow and for giving people another place, yeah, let's put this, let's get people to come to the island and give exposure to the island. That is the trade that we think that's a fair trade. You know, so it's not even like we're asking, like I keep saying, the St. Martin Tours Board is not interested in people's money as in terms of registration fees. They don't make anything from that. We actually, if anything, we make a loss on the registration fee based on what's included, you know, but it's really about your exposure. You guys being here on this stream, listening to me to talk about St. Martin. There are now 390 people that didn't know about St. Martin before but know about it now. That's the point about VXG.
Man, you know, so sad. Someone actually said, damn, Rolando, I feel sorry for you. You should have just gone to Riot Games.
You know, and that's the sad thing, man. I don't know, boy.
All right, I got a lot more good questions over here from some of the people here.
Yeah.
My next question is, will VXG do cruises in the future?
Yes. I can say yes. I can't say when.
Rolando, just tell him.
All right. Has anybody ever heard of Disney Cruises?
Yes.
All right. One of the islands that Disney Cruise visits is St. Martin. In the future, we are going to be doing a cruise that departs Fort Lauderdale, Florida, goes to Bahamas, Jamaica, and then to St. Martin. You disembark in St. Martin. On the way, on this cruise, there is going to be a tournament where the winners of the tournament will actually get higher seeds at the tournament. So not only do you get to experience a cruise, not only are you going to be on a Disney cruise, but you're going to be on a tournament on this Disney cruise visiting 3 islands before you come to St. Martin. This is not for this year, of course. This is going to be for next year. Stay tuned for that.
Yo, someone put that they exploded on.
Yeah, that was a bit too much to be putting on there.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's
little
a very
much.
good question, and the thing is, like I told Jabali and Triforce did last time, you should talk to Disney because I know Disney. I'm not saying that because I don't know. I've been talking to Disney already. That's why I know. But he says it's not possible. Okay, we know it's possible in terms of Disney cruise. So that is something, for all the people in Florida, North Carolina, Atlanta, that's driving distance from Fort Lauderdale or even flying distance. You go down to Fort Lauderdale, you jump on the boat on Sunday. On Thursday, you arrive in St. Martin, and then you start the tournament on Friday, going straight. So you get a full week is the experience what we want to do next year with the Disney cruise. That is going to be a very awesome cruise. You guys should look forward to that. And yeah, the boat to the beach. I like that.
That's the new shit.
Yeah, so
All right.
that is something we're looking at for 2014.
All right. My next question now is, will the guys who perform Let's Go to the Beach be performing?
Oh, that's another very good question. The artist that performs that song, Let's Go to the Beach, Le Regata Pati Pandesan, girl, and all that stuff. Okay, that artist is called Beanie Man. He will be at VXG. He will be performing on the beach at the final beach party on Sunday night that the entire island will be going to. It's going to be just like what we did at the Heineken Regatta, which Triforce experienced for himself. So now he has an idea of what we're going to do. You're going to be on the beach. We're going to do the prize giving ceremony on the beach. So you guys are going to be standing in front of thousands of locals and gamers and tourists that are going to be there on the beach. And then your boy Beanie Man is going to come out as the winners are on stage, all top 3 winners on stage, and is going to perform the song right there with you guys on stage. So it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So get ready for that. Beanie Man will be at the beach performing Let's Go to the Beach.
And that stage is ridiculous.
Yes, the
That's
stage
all I
is
gotta say.
huge. Yeah, it's a 70-foot long stage, so it's going to be very nice on there.
All right. Next question is, will EMP King of Saras be at the beach?
If he wants to come, yeah.
Next question is there still a VXG qualifier for Street Fighter Cross Tekken at Next Level Battle Circuit, and does that give you a free flight to the event?
Okay. The details on that will be announced tomorrow, but I can tell you, yes, there will be a Street Fighter Cross Tekken qualifier at Next Level Battle Circuit. Shoutouts to Spooky. Sat down with him for several hours when I was in New York last week. We worked things out, and fortunately, we managed to get something going with that that I managed to support. I encourage everyone, if you're in the New York area, go out to Battle Circuit and play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Here's why. When you win a qualifier for VXG, you cannot win it twice. Now, we already have Dominion qualified, Chris G qualified, the EMP players have all qualified. That means you can actually place 6th at the qualifier Ranbat for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and you can still win the trip. So really, seriously guys, you need to go out to Next Level Battle Circuit and do it. Yes, Chris G, you want to qualify already? No, you can't have 10. Because she says he wants 10. If the sad part is, if anyone can actually win 10 qualifiers, it's probably fucking Chris G.
Yeah.
So yes.
All right, you got to catch a lot of flack for this one here. I don't know if this is actually true. The question is, why is Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 at VSG 2 out of 3s instead of being 3 out of 5?
I saw that tweet a while ago, guys. I apologize. It is entire tournament 3 out of 5. I apologize for that. I am actually going and editing that right now on the page. Disregard.
Okay, that was my mistake.
That was actually that was my mistake. When I was editing the site. Thank you to SR Dude, Sumaran Dude. What? Some random dude.
Some random dude, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for tweeting that and bringing that to my attention. I have actually just changed that. The entire tournament is 3 out of 5. So I'm typing it right now. 3 out of 5 for entire tournament. All right. Marvel, no. I know 100. Oh, man. Marvel has to be 3 out of 5. That can't be any other.
Random.
Yeah, no. It definitely has to be that. So thank you so much. I'm actually going to thank you on Twitter.
Now, will that be the only game 3 out of 5, or is there any consideration for any other game like Mortal Kombat to be 3 out of 5?
Mortal Kombat is being considered 3 out of 5 for winners, losers, and grand. Everything else will be 2 out of 5 up until then. All fighting
Yeah,
games.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Sorry, 2 out of 3. All fighting games 2 out of 3. Up until winners, losers, and grand, which is pretty standard. I know some of the Tekken community wanted to do 3 out of 5. I'm sorry, that just will not be possible. It's only going to be 2 out of 3 for 2 out of 3 straight until losers finals, winners finals, and grand finals. That is it.
Okay. Next question is, who is EMP VXG's new signed player? Now, I know you said that before, but you might want to adjust that again.
Triforce?
Well, okay. So I've been trolling everyone over the weekend about our newest signed player, but I just finished speaking to his manager. I had to kind of translate it because I actually don't speak that language. I only speak English. And they told me that I cannot make an announcement until tomorrow. So Spooky's it's going to be the one who's going to be making the announcement on Next Level's Battle Circuit. So everyone just tune in when to Battle Circuit, and the announcement will be made there. I wish I could make the announcement, but I don't want to do anything that violates the agreement we have or make this person want to change his mind. So I'm just gonna have to respect them.
All right.
Yeah,
And
I'm just
in the meantime,
shit out of everybody.
in the meantime, guys, if you have any more questions, send them. In the meantime, can you run down the current list of guys in the VXG Elite that since people may not be aware of exactly who's in there currently?
Oh wait, repeat that question.
Could you run down the current list of guys who are in the VXG Elite?
Oh, the current people that's in the VXG Elite.
That's already been announced.
That's already been announced is Dominion. His return to EMP happened at Winter Brawl. Knuckledoo, Sanford Kelly. Can I talk about the 2 Caribbean players, Rolando, or only one?
Yeah. You can talk about both of them.
Okay, DR Ray, Gross, Rio, KDZ, and wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, and then the one that's going to be announced tomorrow, and as everyone already know, it's public knowledge by now, we're actually entertaining Mike Ross with a deal. So we're going to see if, what Mike Ross says, but he has not given us an answer. So that's the current list right now.
Yeah, and in addition, did you mention Kevin Dominion?
Yeah, I mentioned Dominion. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's VXG Elite. Let me just clarify on this too, since we're on this topic. VXG Elite is not Video X Games team. It is a EMP Empire Arcadia team. Back in September, we came on this stream, I believe, to actually announce that VXG and Empire Arcadia had a partnership. This is one phase in that partnership, which was to have Empire Arcadia create a team that would represent VXG publicly, that would we would support these players to get to tournaments, as well as provide them with a signing bonus, and take care of them as much as we can in exchange for actually getting them to continue to grow EMP as well as the VXG brand. By extension, our sponsors, who will begin to announce in the coming months, they will also be a part of these gamers will represent these various sponsors at tournaments through VXG Elite, which is again a division of Empire Arcadia.
Now, for people who are asking, what about certain key players like Jerron, who definitely deserves to be on the team, like Lincoln, who definitely deserves to be on the team? Let me try to give you guys an understanding of how and why it was structured in a certain way. There's a particular reason why certain players were picked. Now, someone like Mewtwo King should have definitely been on the team because he's the world's greatest Smash Brothers player. The key here was to pick certain players that would best market the EMP brand, its partner VXG, its associates, sponsors, and affiliates to VXG, to bring in money into EMP, so that the money that comes into EMP, obviously the elite unit gets their cut for their work because it's a job, as like a professional. And EMP would then take any earnings it makes from doing work with these companies to help out the players who are not a part of the elite so that they can get to the tournaments and they can be developed to the level where they can reach the elite status and then do the very same thing. I don't want to use the word pyramid scheme because then people you look at that as being a bad thing when every single capitalistic job in America is all built on a pyramid scheme. There's someone at the top and everyone at the bottom works. That's just how it is. That's just how jobs are. But the task here is to bring money into the organization so it can fund its players, because without money, I cannot keep EMP alive. And that's just the reality of it. If I continue with the way Empire has been going within the last 3 years, it is going to die. So I have to make some hard decisions, but decisions that's in the best interest of the organization moving forward. And some of these players who are not on the VXG elite team understand this. And they know it's for the betterment of the brand, and they want to see the brand succeed, and their understanding and loyalty will pay off. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on.
Where did that question go? This is actually from the Wtih show. He's like, can we have a match? Can we have a match Thursday with Felice versus James, show versus show? Also, what about Mario Kart 7 as a side tournament?
I don't want to blow this guy up.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question, guys. Can you say that again?
Where is it again? From the Wtih show, he said, can we have a match Thursday with Felice versus James, show versus show? Also, what about Mario Kart 7 as a side tournament?
Mario Kart is probably it was a side tournament last time, so it probably would be a side tournament again.
Damn, Mario Kart, man. Holy shit.
It was a side tournament last time. People went on the side and were playing it, so that was fun. Yeah, there'll be all kinds of side tournaments, believe it or not. It's a very big venue. There's a lot of room for stuff to be done, and we want to keep everyone entertained, especially with the venue open 24/7. That's going to be something we want to make sure everyone can have fun with.
All right, guys, let me run a quick commercial, give you guys a break. You've been talking for a while, and I know you guys need to get a shot of guava berry before you continue. So let me run this quick commercial.
All right.
And for the guys who are not seeing this commercial, that means you got a certain ad blocker on. Thank you guys for not supporting us, but I don't blame you because I use it also.
No, what the fuck? You shouldn't be using that, man. That's killing the scene, man. Don't do that.
Drop your ad blockers.
They can't hear us right now. The only people who got it on.
Well, you know what?
The Turbo guys also don't have to see ads either.
Yeah, well, I actually don't see it because in the Caribbean, for some reason, the ads don't play. It just doesn't happen. All right. Let's see. Are there any more questions in the chat? I think people might have been sending on Twitter, but yo, chat.
Yeah, I don't have any more on
Rolando.
Twitter.
Talk
Wait,
to you.
ad's still running.
Passive Assassin, what's going on, man? Why do you hate Ultra David? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna address this.
I want to hear this.
I would start this by doing a he beat me to it. You want my Ultra David? Who's Ultra David impersonation? Because I think everyone liked Triforce's.
shit about Ultra David.
I'm trying to take a piss.
There's no sound.
There's no sound on this screen all of a sudden.
Here you go.
The chat is crazy. Alright, guys, can you hear us?
Oh fuck, this is hilarious. How the hell? You know, last time the streak went down, I was talking about, I don't know, someone. And then now I'm talking about Ultra David and the...
Alright, Ultra David, you got me this time.
Naughty shit, man.
But I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. Alright, so why don't I like, I wouldn't say I hate Ultra David. What I don't like about Ultra David is this. When we did VXG, we announced that, and I actually went trying to find the archive, and it's deleted. I can't find it. But he had his show, him and James had their show, and they went on stream, and they were talking about VXG, and they were talking about EMP, the fact that we signed them. So, he was on stream and talking about VXG, and he's like, you know, this Caribbean thing went on the other day, and I just don't get it. It's like, look, you know, James, the thing about it, this is the thing I don't get about the VXG thing. Okay, now, they gave money to Triforce. Everyone in the community knows that Triforce is a toxic character. I mean, if they're giving money to Triforce, then this is just doomed. This is doomed, James. That's just my opinion, James. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That's it. So James Chan, you know, being the more reserved, cool guy, was like, look, all right, you know, David, you know, you have to understand this is something that is new, and it sounds pretty cool. But he would, you know, Ultra David was just shitting on the EMP thing for what I feel was an unfair reason. He didn't know anything about the tournament. He didn't know anything about the details. He said that the deal was for $10,000, which was not true. It was more than $10,000. He just heard that it was a 5-figure deal, and out of disrespect, just kind of called it $10,000, which it wasn't. I don't think $10,000 is enough to sign the player we're going to sign tomorrow, to do all the work that Triforce is doing, and to sign Dominion and get all these VXG elites to all tournaments, is it? No. So he didn't know what the terms of it was, and he just was there like going on and on. It, you know, James, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta understand that you know EMP. EMP is not exactly the best people in the industry, and I don't know if this is a very bad way to partner. I think there's better ways they can use their money, James. That's all. So I'm like, yo, this fucking guy is just going in for like no reason. I don't get it. You know, and that's where I got a very bad impression of him from the start. And this is what actually got me upset, is that I now reached out to them and I told them, hey guys, you know, you were saying some stuff, about you know, VXG. I sent a long ass email to both him and Ultra David and James Chan, sent them both an email, explain, and if they go on the show next week, if they can just kind of explain some of the things I told them about VXG. Nothing. I tweeted to them. They ignored my tweets. I tried several ways to contact them to ask them to, you know, give me an opportunity to clarify. Man, the nigga just ignored me completely and just let it rock. You know, he said what he said, and that's all it is. And everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I think that when you work in the media, it's a different story, because now you're in the media, you should be fair and give people a chance to come on stream and like clarify it, or at the very least, you should say, oh well, hey, I got an email, guys, from this guy Rolando from the Caribbean. He sent me an email and he was telling us about VXG, so now I understand. Yeah, you know, if he did that, I would have been like, okay, cool. But honestly, that was just not real. That was some hater stuff, and I don't like it, and that's why I never liked Ultra David. And I said I would never bring Ultra David to VXG to stream it, to commentate an event. I'm sure he doesn't care. I'm sure he's not hurt by this. I'm sure he doesn't give a damn, and that's fine. But you know, this is an On Blast show. People asked me the question. I told you the real, honest truth about why Ultra David just didn't rub me right. That's all it is, man. Yep.
Alright, so
I didn't get upset. I wasn't upset. It was just more of, you know, I was new to the scene. I didn't expect this kind of stuff, and this is what I'm saying, that if it wasn't for Triforce, who kind of told me, listen guys, honestly, Take it easy. Don't worry. There are going to be trolls. There are going to be people suspecting all kinds of things about you. But Rolando, you got to stay the course and just do what you got to do for the tournament. This tournament, whether they like it or not, is better for the scene. It's going to be better for the players. So it will be good. So, yeah.
All right. Well, listen. I'm gonna go out on a ledge and say.
Oh, if you can put a link to this Ultra David article that about people like me, which I say in quotes because I don't understand what a person like me is. I'm very curious to see what the famine, who's clearly not a big fan of what VXG is doing, and all right, I respect that. It's whatever. You're one of the minority and that don't like what we're doing. VXG, fine. And he wrote an article about me. I'm very curious to see what that article is about.
Yo, Rolando, you have those clippers? Cause I think my feet's starting to scale from climbing all these banana and coconut trees.
Because, you know, that's what we do here in the Caribbean.
Oh.
The stereotypes is bad, man.
Well, being that I'm a white Triforce, does that mean I can climb trees just as well?
This is correct, James.
I wasn't sure, you know, because I never had to climb a tree. Well, not to say I never did, but I mean, I'm sure I can go up there and shake some coconuts down if I really had to.
Yo, I will take a picture of that and put that shit on Twitter.
Yo, when I go, I'll tell you this: when I come to VXG, I will go knocking the shit out of coconut trees. I will climb those trees. I will cut them down, not with a St. Martin machete, but a Jamaican machete. I want that hook shit, and I'll be chopping that shit down. I'll be going to town. And anybody that says I'm not going to be climbing a tree, you must smoke crack on a serious level. Don't judge me just because I'm an old motherfucker that smokes. I'll climb that tree. I'll get that coconut. I'll cut that coconut, and I'll drink away like a fucking king.
Yo, you know, right through my mind, James climbed up the tree, and right when he was about to get it, he said,
For those banana crone, yes. I'll let you know this. I believe, I'm not going to quote myself, but I believe there's nobody in the FGC older than me.
Okay.
I'm pretty accurate in saying that. I'm not 100% sure, but until I find a 45-year-old, then somebody's got me beat.
No, I think you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
I think you're the oldest.
I'm going to climb the coconut tree. You know what? And for shits and giggles, I'll climb that tree with a fucking Marlboro Red in my fucking mouth at the same time.
It sounds so much. I could tell you, I've never actually made it to the top of a coconut tree. It's not. It sounds easier than it really is. Yes, a coconut tree has like the grips, but there's a certain technique to really trying to get to the top. The best technique is like you take off your shirt. That's what guys do. They take off their shirt and then they wrap it on the other end of the tree, and they kind of like skip going up. But it's not as easy. It takes an immense amount of upper body power to be able to make the pull, because you have to pull your entire weight up. Like it's like doing 20 pull-ups, really, depending on the height of the tree. James, I don't want to doubt your physique, but you don't look like you can do 20 pull-ups.
I did. Trust me, you'd be surprised what I could do when I get pissed.
So we just gotta get James upset. Then what's even worse?
Just bring Ski Sonic to the island. I'll climb every fucking coconut tree. There won't be a coconut left on a tree on the whole island.
But on top of it, you can't have, like, well, not you, but climbing a coconut tree, people would think any shirt would work. You better have one of those really well-stitched cotton shirts.
Yeah, that's what
those coconut trees will cut your shirt in half.
I'll do it with an OBS shirt. Boom, that shit's steel, baby. Trust me, I did the banana tree, so I could do the coconut tree.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Any other questions we have from the chat? Talking about VXG. We're talking about the island. We're talking about the business. I'm very open about these things. I was having a little Twitter debate with my boy, the Famine here. I hope at least, Famine, that you appreciate the fact that me even having these discussions with you on Twitter, which is quote-unquote bad for business because it looks like I'm trying to defend myself. I'm just interested in trying. I know there are a few people that have the questions you have about, oh yeah, new people coming into the scene. I only want to make money off of the scene, blah blah blah. No. Like if we wanted to make money, it would not be in the FGC, bro. The money is not in the FGC. The money can be made in League of Legends, in StarCraft, in Dota 2, which is going to be fully released soon. If there's anywhere we would have put our money in if we wanted to make money, it would be in those tournaments. The FGC is an underdeveloped market, and it's not the place to go and make money. All right, so
It really isn't.
no, it's not. It's not a place to make money. Anyone that's
If you want to lose money, you come to the FGC. Just ask MLG.
oh,
Because
damn.
they're like, you know something?
All right, I can say it. I'll say it.
Yeah, let them know.
I got a source, and you guys understand I'm in the business. So, of course, because of that, I have I talk to tournament organizers all across all leagues. I have a source that told me that MLG lost over $500,000 last year on fighters.
$500,000.
Over $500,000 in fighting games last year.
That's
So,
because they donated half of it to
let-
breast cancer. Oh wait, no, that was SRK and.
Oh, that was no. You see,
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna say is a cheap shot. So, guys, like seriously, we're all at fault for this. Like everyone. You see, the thing is, the way people are alienated MLG was a hurt. The way MLG went about it was a hurt. The way the gamers, the media, everybody was was really
To it.
saying. Again, this is just inside information. It might not be true. It might be true, whatever. But that's what I heard. I mean, if you quote me on it if you want, but I'm not MLG. I'm just telling you what I've heard. And honestly, if you look at the maths, look at what it takes to put on an MLG level event. To pay all those streamers, to pay the broadcasters, to pay the people, and then you have 22 people show up for KOF? Nah, man, come on. How did 22 people show up for a $33,000 tournament, but then 500 people show up for a $15,000 tournament with free shirts? Nah, man. Like honestly, the KOF community is at fault. MLG is at fault. Everyone's at fault for that kind of thing. You don't make money going into the FGC. It's just not going to happen.
No,
that
you're
is
not.
why MLG's model is not going to work. VXG's model is sustainable because our model is not based on revenues and attendance. Our model is based on exposure.
No,
And the
I hear.
exposure-
Now listen, I hear people say like, "Oh, well, they make money off of advertisement." How much do you think they make off of advertisement?
No. Wait. First of all, no. That they make money off of advertisement, but the advertisement's not coming from the fighting games. It's coming
Exactly.
from League and StarCraft. So I don't even know why people even mention that. Number two, further example of how fighting games doesn't make money. When IPL was bought out by Ziff Davis, they're trying to save IPL, but best believe, understand this, they're trying to save the League and StarCraft sections of it. They've already thrown the fighting game section to the wind. They don't care about it. No, like that's the problem with the fighting game community, which is something James discussed earlier. Like the community as a whole has this huge ego that they really think they're something that they're not. Like in the grand scheme of things, you're ass, and that's the reality of it. Now,
It's something I have never ever understood. How, and it's I don't think I just asked Alex Valle the question. How does, I mean, more people think about this. Think about this. More people show up to play KOF at Thursday run back than to go to MLG Anaheim.
That doesn't
Think
make any
about
sense.
that. That is incredible. 24 people show up to MLG Anaheim, and I've seen more people show up than that to a weekly tournament. That's pretty crazy. But I guess not enough time to promote it. I don't know. You can expect under 20K a year kids to afford big money for a tournament in a month. Okay, then that's where MLG is at fault. If they really only announce the tournament within a month, then yeah, that they're at fault for that. That's true. That's
Well,
crazy. Where are you
but
going to
then-
find
oh, wait,
$600 to travel in a month?
But then hold on, they ran it back again. So the second run back, they were like, okay. When they first did the Ohio, they were kind of upset about it because it was like, yo, 20 the first one, 22 people showed up. Then the second one, everyone's like, it's going to be ran in Anaheim. And it's like, oh, that's Cali. And that's where a lot of the KOF players are from anyway, outside of Mexico, obviously. So they were really expecting a huge turnout in California.
Because people should have crossed the border from Mexico even. I was even actually a bit surprised about that.
They did.
But that is also something.
They did, because we flew up Louis Cha from Mexico for it. But guess what? 2 people more than the previous one showed up. 2 people. That literally was a difference you can count on your hand. That's why after Anaheim, they was like, you've got to be kidding me. We put this in California where all the KOF players were, and only 2 more people showed up, 1 from Mexico and perhaps a random who was just at MLG. It was like, this game is done. They killed the game in the second MLG.
Look, MK had a guy called Some Drunk Guy that showed up to an event. That was his gamer tag. Clearly, the guy has never played the game in his entire life. And he gets matched up against Maxter. No. See, Pig the Hut saying, I told you not to go. I told you wouldn't make the numbers. But that's regardless to the fact that you guys let me psychologically mind fuck you. And I will tell you that right now to every MK player's face. I wanted to prove a point, which is the MK community will not do something on its own. It's only until somebody tells them you're too stupid or you're ignorant or you won't do it, and that's your motivation to do it, which is the sad thing, because you should have been going for the sake of going. But then they made a forum and a thread. JamessMK said that MLG Dallas wouldn't have numbers, and they proved me wrong. But it's the fact that that had to happen in order for the numbers to fill. It wasn't like everybody in the MK community said, let's all go. It was until I said you're all fucking worthless, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we're going to prove JamessMK wrong. And you did, and I'm proud of that. But the fact of the matter is, did it save MK? No. You know,
it's just sad. They really put, like, not everything they did was right, but they really put their neck out there for the scene, and they just got butchered. Like, they really opened MLG's cheeks and they got butt raped hard. And it's like, and that's a huge step back for fighting game progress. And then the whole IPL thing, and that's like 2 major blows for the FGC in 2013, and this shit isn't even April yet.
And
the
what I'm
first
saying
quarter
is
is not even over.
Like the model of MLG was still somewhat dependent. You see, MLG's model, you guys can correct me if you're wrong, our tours in the chat, from the outside looking in. I don't know their business model, but I'm a business consultant, so I try and analyze it. I feel like their model is strongly dependent on spectators. I think they do depend on spectators who watch the show, but who also watch the who also come and buy spectator passes. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's how their business models are. The thing about it, okay, so MLG depends on the streams mostly. So that's what I mean. It's mostly about spectators. So technically, even if 100 people show up, it's pretty good. However, that's the problem. In my opinion, I was talking to Triforce about this the other day. MK's viewership only went up to like godlike numbers when it was Perfect Legend against
versus CD Junior.
Junior, because of the WWE nature of that. You know what?
The interview with James when they were interviewing me about James, and I was like, he needs to get a new gangster leather jacket.
Okay. Arturo was saying that the numbers aren't public, but I thought I remember seeing like a stream number on the, like, at least the concurrent viewers, but okay, I could be wrong.
Well, the number 1 watched match was CD Junior versus Perfect Legend, an MLG Ohio. That is for sure, because there was some type of hype put up to present that particular match. People who didn't care about Mortal Kombat just really wanted to see who was going to win between the players.
Look at it this. Look at it this way. When I went to Columbus and I put the bounty on Perfect Legend, that brought something to the table that, I'm sorry, MK players, okay, nobody gives a fuck about your game except MK players. There isn't a bunch of people sitting in their homes in fucking Topeka, Kansas saying, I can't wait till they stream MK because I want to watch MK. They don't know who Pig the Hut is. They don't know who Perfect Legend is. They don't know who CD Junior is. They don't know who JamessMK is. They don't know who any of us are. But when I put a bounty on fucking PL, people said, yo, this crazy motherfucker is sitting there with cantaloupes, putting bounties on people. I want to see what happens if this motherfucker's got to pay. And I did. And an unknown Kerbalicious came out. Not only did he beat him, but he babied him. That brought hype to the table. At that point, CD Junior, okay, who was a known, Rio, who was a known, Perfect Legend was a known, those were the only people cared about. And I'm sorry if people get butthurt. They don't know who a Pig the Hut is. They don't know what a 16-bit is. They didn't know what a Tyrant was. Now, in our community, we know, but let's really look at our community of, let's say, I'm going to throw an extra number out there, 1,000 people. There was not 1,000 people watching it to watch those said players. They were there to watch the bullshit WWE drama. And hence, once it happened and it was done, and I had my argument with MLG, the very next one, which was, I believe, Anaheim, did not produce the same numbers.
Okay, now here it is. I mean, like, you know, Arturo said in the chat that the numbers aren't public, but he says most hype from MK, most hype for MK from non-MK players was to see PL get blown up. That has nothing to do with hating on PL. It's just that it so happened that everything aligned in a kind of a, again, a WWE heel versus hero fashion that, oh God, we need to see this. But they didn't have enough of that, in my opinion. That's me looking at it. That's why, like, what we're doing with the Casino Royale is to try and make sure we find that. That's why I put so much money towards trying to get Perfect Legend to fight against Rio, because I know so many people are going to want to see that. And sometimes you just really got, sometimes you really got to do that. Sometimes you just have to find those rivalries out there and see if we can get some more casual people to watch the streams.
Yeah, that Maddie second fraud. Yo, I just saw his comment. I'm like, damn, that was so raw.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right. Well, yeah, I was just curious about that. My point on the whole matter in terms of business models is that the business model of VXG is not to make money off of registration fees or from spectators or any of that. It's to do what I'm doing now. This is money that would have been spent on a commercial that would have been showing right now on CNN at 1 a.m. that someone would have seen that a beat started to play and they just kind of switched the channel. They take a small portion of that money that would have normally been one ad, and they say, all right, let's throw it at this experimental project here. I can tell you the event hasn't even come yet, and our sponsors are completely satisfied with what we're doing because we're developing a completely niche market. I know some people aren't going to really understand it, but that is just the way the business goes. If you don't believe it, well, then you just need to wait and find out.
And Hector, I agree. I believe injustice will bring more clicks and more groups of people together from the Capcom and the MK world, merge them together and actually start to finally do this mind meld of both of these communities and put more competitiveness there for people to actually sit and enjoy. To see a Justin Wong or a PR Balrog versus a CD Junior or a Perfect Legend. those are going to be the matches that people are going to start to say, wow, look at this. Now these worlds are actually starting to come together. So, I mean, hopefully that's what happens. You know, unfortunately, only time can tell. I would hope MLG would reevaluate their fighting game stuff, you know, come the new year, maybe halfway through the year, when Injustice drops and they see how it does. We grab that. It'd be nice to see them grab that, MK9. The fact that Capcom's not there, what are you going to do? You know, I mean, would a Marvel or a Street Fighter blow their numbers up? Of course. But, you know, money talks at the end of the day, and if one person's not willing to pay X amount of dollars, it's not going to happen. You know, so, I mean, hopefully, like I said, Injustice does blow it off the roof. We got, what, a month and a half, 2 months now? And we'll start to see what happens.